There's a mighty tripod.
It's happening!
For a small camera. Alright.
Oh, jeez.
We're live.
Do it live.
Oh, hey.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, damn, I'm on the internet.
Oh, man.
Sorry.
Oh, damn, I'm on the internet.
Oh, man.
Oh, damn, I'm on the internet.
Oh, man.
Make sure there's no echo.
Oh, damn, I'm on the internet.
Oh, man.
There we go. Alright. Echo's gone.
All right.
So,
This is the manliest set of people you put on the couch.
Yep.
sexiest.
Hell yeah.
Much.
Yeah. So what's up, guys? You guys can't see me because I'm sitting off in the distance. I'm on the.
Are we blurry?
Are you guys blurry?
Looks kind of blurry.
Does it?
I want to be clear, you set yourself in the back of the bus. We had nothing to do with it.
I'm gonna let it be blurry.
What?
I can't fix it.
That's just not even professional.
I can't fix it right now. Sorry.
Just squint. Everyone just squint.
I can zoom up a little bit, but then we'd have to
So put it on.
restart it.
You
And
can move the
then...
tripod toward us, could you?
No, no.
Whoa,
Why
whoa.
not?
That's. Do you see that camera up there? What do you think that's sitting on?
Nothing.
Bro, man.
It's not.
That's a
Just
tripod.
placed
It's
there.
just placed on top of the tripod. I see.
It's placed.
Holy shit, we are pro.
Yeah. I wish you could.
Hey, go put your face in frame and see if it gets clear.
No.
Okay, never mind.
I put my
You're
foot.
just not cooperating.
We can honestly say the money is all going towards game dev and not towards frills.
Yeah, we are not a professional company.
They won't give me more money to do anything.
There's some serious lag on this.
Yeah. Whoa.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, you're all clear up
Yeah,
there.
it's just
Yeah.
distance.
Yeah, you just gotta move it towards us.
So you could do a better job at this if you wanted. It's just,
Fuck you guys.
I mean, if you had actually practiced at this before.
Alright, is anybody getting any actual questions? Do they have
Yeah,
any
there's
questions?
There's all kinds of questions.
There are a lot of questions.
I don't see any questions in the Twitch.
There's not the questions.
No,
I'm done.
they were in the forums.
Mark he's very hostile today.
Oh.
He told me to get out. He said I didn't do a very nice job with this room. With the tools I had.
You did a fine job.
I mean,
He
you
said
got this
it
one
sucked.
off-color wall.
I never
It's
said
pretty
that.
weird.
this is a great room. Pretty good.
And
I even got
I never
props.
said the word ghetto either.
You did say ghetto.
No, I
just
didn't.
now.
Not once.
That means you were
Not
thinking
once.
it. He was thinking that this is ghetto. Guys, see what I have to deal with? Alright, so today's community talk, we're going to be talking with these three gentlemen about some of the things that are in the pipeline. We're going to be talking about the party system, which John knows all about, didn't get to talk a lot about on Wednesday's stream. We're also going to be talking about player progression, a little bit of tech tree stuff,
Cool.
all of that goodness. So from, how are they viewing it? Right to left? Right
Mark's
to-
on the right.
Mark's on the right?
Looks inverted.
This is Mark.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is
Then
Mark.
we got John here.
This is John. And that's Walter.
And then Albino.
Yeah, so for anyone that does not know that, that's the dev team. And I'm KL, you guys
Yeah,
can
that's
see.
it.
I don't
The
matter.
whole dev team, right?
This is all of us.
I don't matter.
We make it all.
So yeah, let's just start with the questions.
Sweet.
Oh, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Alright, so
Is that the first question?
yeah, you guys ready? That's my question.
All right.
Thank you for your question, Kendall.
We care very much about your question, and it's a good one.
I see it. At the start of the thread, everyone was worried about the room. Everyone thought that we were going to be in the little skinny room.
I see.
I think I made some comment about that.
Yeah.
Because that room was very little. I was afraid we were going to be in the skinny room.
So everybody wasted their questions on asking us about the room.
Yeah, pretty
Awesome.
much.
Good.
All right, so for Mark, this is from Comrade Black.
Okay, sweet.
Mark, will Bloots, the free-to-play currency, be able to be able to purchase
No.
any cosmetics?
Oh, probably not. Right now, the way the design's working is Bloots unlock the tech. You'll get some cosmetics for level rewards and also like the daily unlock box. You can get cosmetics for free that way. So a free-to-play player will get Bloots to unlock the tech and will get some cosmetic stuff as rewards for daily play, for leveling up and stuff like that. But you're not buying the cosmetics with the Bloots. The Bloots is what you use to unlock tech.
Okay. Now that Loadout will have a cash currency for cosmetics, can we expect to see Loadout using the Steam Workshop at some point?
That's not a super high priority. I mean, we're just trying to get this game out there so that it works, and then hooking it up with other things comes later.
Yeah.
So
Not gonna lie, our tool set is not very amenable to that right now.
it's not. I mean, it's a great idea. It would take us some time to do it, and we're just simply not going to do that in the short term because we got a bunch of other stuff that we're trying to do.
Okay. This is a really good question. Mark, how quickly can someone expect to progress, or Walter, through the new skill cactus?
We are talking about that right now.
Yep.
Walter and I are supposed to run through some numbers to see how fast we think is a good amount of time to go through. We want people to have a wide variety of stuff pretty quickly so that you can experiment with different weapons. But we still want you, like, a month down the road to be working towards certain things, like leveling up the different pieces as well. So we want very, very quickly you to have a bunch of choices, but at the same time, we want in the long run for you to have things you're still working toward. So finding the right balance between those things is a little bit tricky, and Walter and I are still working on that. Mostly Walter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, Walter.
Basically me.
Walter, how's Cryo doing? Still on hold. What are the current plans for it? That's from Comrade Black.
It is still on hold.
Dead.
Not forever.
What?
It's just
What?
it's
I
just
said it.
it's just frozen.
It's frozen. It's frozen in time.
Yeah. It's not. I'm holding out hope that it's not dead forever.
There's no reason for it to be dead forever. It's just
No.
again, it's a matter of priorities.
Yeah, exactly. So there hasn't really been any work done on Cryo or really any new parts right now, just because of the sort of limited scope of what we can produce, with how many people we have, and we're rushing, like Mark said, rushing to try and get it out with the features that we think are going to be like most high priority. But don't worry, I am still trying to push that Cryo angle. Like it has been brought up once or twice. Is like, can we shove this in here? No, okay, we'll try again later. But I won't let it die just yet.
We're still fighting the good fight.
Yeah, we are. This is still from Comrade Black. Now that Loadout's balancing is beginning to stabilize, does this mean we can expect to see weapon development gearing up over the next little while?
So sort of like I was just saying, like the some of the stabilizing of weapon balancing has more to do with us focusing more on other stuff right now than on necessarily it saying this is final and this is how it's always going to be.
Right.
I mean, the weapon balancing is always subject to change. We'll always keep trying to improve it and trying to level things out. I'm sure things like the new game mode are going to throw.
Yeah,
some,
House Party is going to mess up the balances.
Yeah, it's going to require some amount of rebalancing and figuring out how to do that and not break the other game modes and stuff. It's going to be ongoing.
Okay. This is more on parts. Will beams or rifles be getting any parts, polishing, or interesting dynamics? Things like lenses for beams. I think you mentioned that before when we talked. New bullet dynamics for rifles. Generally polishing existing barrel functionality, mainly for beams.
Eventually, again, not real near term, but this is something that there are designs for. There are things we could do, some gaps we could fill. I was just talking with Walrus earlier today, and he was bringing up like, well, the distinction between headhunter and sniper is a little blurry, and we could just as well sort of take one of those and make it more like an LMG, make it more like the high rate of fire or high damage, low rate of fire kind of machine gun barrel to kind of bridge that gap between. Like, it doesn't have the headshot bonus. It's pretty good. So I think there's still room for things like that are like relatively easy to do. But as I've said, I don't think really none of those are on the table in the short term.
Yeah, and to wrap up a lot of these questions, just kind of into one, just so it's not just like us randomly picking stuff out of the air and going yes, no, yes, no. The sense behind everything is, if you look at something, and different people can disagree on how to assess it, but generally, if you look at a feature and you ask yourself, do you need this to have a competitive shooter? And if the answer is yes, then that's what we're working on right now. If the answer is no, you don't need it, but it'd be really cool, our answer is that's sweet, but that's going to have to wait, because we got our hands full with the things in the first category, which is the stuff you absolutely need in order to get out. So then as soon as we're out, then it's like all the super cool stuff that we wanted to do, now all of a sudden we start jumping all over that.
Yeah, an even shorter version of that might be that we're trying to, right now we're sort of focusing on wrapping up features as opposed to expanding our content. once we hit launch, that priority might get reversed for a while.
Yep.
Comrade Black's only question for you right now.
No hugs, no cuddling.
Wofford is Walter adorable when he eats chocolate?
No, he's like a ravenous beast that just explodes everywhere. If you don't actually pay attention,
Like a
you'd be
rabid dog.
surprised.
And then
Chocolate actually sheds everywhere if you don't pay attention. It's just he gets ants on his desk, and he's like, "Why do I have ants?" And it's 'cause
Hey.
he eats like an animal.
Unrelated.
Yeah, you're the only one with ants on your desk.
No, they're all over Paul's desk too.
Comrade added,
It's because you sprayed.
He has,
Next year.
he has a fridge.
Yale graduates always look adorable when they eat chocolate.
All right.
Is that Rule 42? Is there a website devoted to that?
Yeah.
Live cam
Room
of
for room.
watch Yale
Wait, it's not Rule
graduates
42.
eat chocolate.
It's for room.
All right, so some of these are from Sin, and this is a very broad question. What are you guys going for with the progression system? So I'll let everyone kind of chime in, even from like a UI standpoint,
Sure.
the flow.
Well, Mark, do you want to start?
Yeah, sure.
you wanna
Okay,
start,
so
High level.
high level, we wanted to divide the two currencies. So there's pay currency over here for stuff that doesn't affect the game, and then there's earned currency over here that you earn your way through the game, and that you can't. They're not mixed, so that as you're gaining blutes, you're earning those by playing the game, and then those go into tech, and then you build up your position. So now we've got like a long-term progression for the game, where I'm coming back each day and I'm like, hey, let me unlock stuff. And it's based on my playing the game. It's not based on me paying money. Okay?
Right.
So that's big high level. What we wanted the advancement system to do is be a way to reward players for continuing to play the game and make it be a progression where you get more and more stuff at a sensible rate so that new players aren't overwhelmed, but people that are playing it aren't like, well, this is grindy. I hate this. You know, there's always that nice sweet spot of I'm getting stuff at a nice rate, and I want to come back tomorrow. I want to come back next week. I got stuff to look forward to. This is a sweet game that's really got me pulled in for a long time.
Yep. Yeah, and that was something we identified a long time ago. It's like it's fun moment to moment game, and we have a fun time playing, and it's good for 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or whatever. But it was for a long time kind of missing that hook of like, well, what do I keep coming back for? What is that thing that keeps me at midnight saying, you know what, I could do one more game, and then at 12:30 saying, well, I could probably do one more game.
Right.
And like, I'm almost this level. I've almost got this thing, and this was sort of a missing piece of our design for a while. So.
You skipped over me, Walter.
Oh,
Yeah, good work.
I was joining in.
Yeah, sure.
It goes from outside in.
It's like a sandwich of developing wisdom.
It's like Extraction, just sort of whoever's next to jump on the ball. Basically, as far as the progression stuff, my goals are really just to help give the player more like short-term goals, medium-term goals, long-term goals they can work for. Without it, you basically just here's all the weapons, here's all the parts, figure it out, and to sort of have things you can step through and be like, okay, well, I have a rifle and a rocket launcher, and I can start expanding the parts for one at a time. It's easier to focus on all these like hundreds of parts and thousands of whatever possibilities when you're sort of kind of driven down these roads and lanes you can actually work your way through.
Speaking of UI, it brings up another point. One of the things we're getting out of the advancement system, the progression system, the new one, is the old system relied on an inventory system. So I had a certain number of every type of part, and if I made a gun, that part was gone unless I ripped that gun apart. Then I got the part back, and I had to keep track of how many everything I had. And honestly, that's not interesting and fun. That's not the interesting and fun part. The interesting and fun part is earning the right to use new parts you've never seen before, and then putting those on whatever weapon you want to put them on.
Right.
So the new progression system uses that as the heart of it. So it's not hassling you about, well, buy another one of that part that you already have. It's instead, you've unlocked this part, use it wherever you want to use it.
Like covertly typing stuff.
I'm covertly making fun of both of you.
You're teasing.
What?
me.
Oh no!
Fuck that guy, he's a douche.
Did you not see the chat? Did you not know he had the chat?
It's kind of hard to read from this.
Oh.
angle.
Yeah, I can't tell what he's saying. He could be doing anything. Oh, there it is.
Yes.
I would really have to snuggle up to see it, so.
All right, so
I was just going to keep you guys appraised if
Here's
any
okay.
questions come up.
Another way
As opposed to just talking shit.
Another way, just talk shit. and
here's
skip it.
here's a very interesting question that I don't know if I've kind of talked about it on the stream a couple times, but Sinan asked first off, he states a lot of things before he gets into a discussion. But there was a lot of keys given out the last couple of months. Not really, but it was back when we were giving out keys.
Is he talking about for like the store?
Beta keys.
Beta keys?
I think so. And we know the population is low. So what kind of things do you guys have that will ultimately keep the player interested? Well, that's just kind of what we were talking about right there. Apart from the house party, are there game modes coming? How about weapon parts?
Right.
I know you guys have the free player model. Doesn't have the unlocked parts sort of conflict the progression versus free to play model. I mean, how about adding in more parts like a narrow scatter, headhunter?
Okay, sure. So I get the gist of the question there. So the new progression is going to keep people wanting to come back. The other thing you do, of course, is you release a steady stream of new content. So new game types, new weapon parts, new cosmetic things, new pieces that can go on there, new major changes to the way the game plays. And each of those has got to come on its own like kind of pattern. So you can't do a major new game mode every week, but you can do like weapon parts.
Right.
So right now, like we said, we're prepping for the big launch and making sure all of our systems, all of our features are working and right and proper and cool. Then there'll be a switch from features into content. And we will be coming up with new features, but it's mostly going to be how do we do new game modes, how do we do new maps, how do we do new weapon parts, and keep that flow steady so that players, as they're going through the progression and everything, are also like, hey, they just released something brand new, awesome.
Right. One of the features that I think kind of goes hand in hand with keeping people interested is the social aspect of it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And we didn't really have
Oh,
that.
John can talk about parties. Ooh.
Yeah.
It's the only feature that matters. No one comes for the weapons. They come for
Parties.
This is the best chat system. It's better than.
I'm gonna see if there's any specific party questions from Sinan.
Just let John talk about parties.
Well, really quick. I see a single question in the chat, so I'll ask it.
Okay.
Police Forcer asks, will you be able to contribute to tech tree progression, or will you unlock it all at once? I think that's asking whether or not there is a way to just say, give me everything.
No.
If I'm understanding that correct.
No. Well, okay, so
Assuming I'm understanding your question correctly.
all right, so you know, a particular node on the skill cactus on the tree, they'll have different prices, and then depending upon how many bloots you get in, you can come in and you can unlock an entire node, and then you get to use that part that node. So if you unlock, like remote control rocket sites, then that's going to cost say 1,000 bloots, and so you pay your 1,000 bloots, you unlock it, and now you can use that part on any weapon you want to use it on.
Yeah.
Is there going to be any way to just? I mean, if you wanted to, you could store up all of your bloots and buy everything at once, but man, why would you want to do that?
Technically, even if you did that,
Hardcore.
Yeah.
technically, even if you unlocked access to all of the parts by hoarding your bloots for a while and then pushing the button once, you still have to actually take parts into the game and kill people with them and use them in order to gain XP on them if you want to actually level them up to level 2, level 3.
Yeah, so you're gonna want to constantly use your bloots and go back and unlock stuff. And I don't know whether or not he intended to ask this question, but I'll answer it anyhow.
Okay, he actually clarified.
No, somebody can't come in and slap $100 on the table and get a big pile of bloots and unlock everything. It's not the way it works.
Yeah.
You earn them by playing.
Really quick, he's actually just clarified his
But
question.
you can give me $100. Send it to my PayPal address.
Yeah. You can pay
I'll
us
give you
to
some
win.
stuff.
So what he's
I can be bribed.
Pay Arctic to win.
So he's clarified what he's actually asked is whether or not, for example, if something costs 5,000 bloots, will he be able to contribute 100 bloots to it at a time?
Oh, no.
Or does he have to save up 5K? Currently, you have to actually save up that 5K and push the button.
Yeah, we're at least to start for like Mark said, to have the expansive list of things you can get early on. They're not going to cost a tremendous amount, so you're not going to be saving up for weeks just to buy one part.
Right.
I mean, we're not going to be that stingy about it.
No. At the beginning, it's going to go quite fast.
Yeah.
Here's another question from Sinan. What kind of players are you
of
guys
players?
planning to target with Loadout? What's our target demographic?
People who love video games.
People who take on animal personas on the forums.
Dress up dolls.
People with magnificent beards. Oh wait, we got that one covered.
Yeah, we're good there.
So the game's got a certain style to it. It's a shooter. It's fast-paced. It's
Bloody,
over
it's
the
silly.
top. It's bloody. It's silly. So there is a certain kind of taste, a style there that either you look at it and you go, "I'm totally bought in. This looks like it's awesome," or you go, yeah, you can't do it. That second guy can leave because we don't care. I'm not even trying to sell it to him. If you looked at the game and you're like, this thing seems awesome, I want to make weapons. I want to make weapons that do awesome things and kill other people. How do we make this more fun? How do we make this more social? How do we make this more team-based? How do we make this more expansive in every direction? Those are all the people we're trying to get. So I don't have like a demographic. We don't have like a, you know, 22 to 45-year-old males who played Call of Duty twice or like that's not our demo. Our demo is this game and whether or not you buy into it.
That's one of the things that was really nice about having a closed beta, which we've never done. This is all new territory for us in a lot of ways. What was really nice about it was that I think, you know, everybody probably had their own idea of what sort of people would be drawn to this game, and then we actually put the beta keys out there, and we could see the community that did develop. We all probably saw how either wrong or right we were, and that helps you sort of like, well, what do these people want, and who's this actually appealing to? And
which is the magic of doing an ongoing game.
So who are the cool people? Who are the jerks?
Yeah.
Very good question from Sinan again. He's hit some pretty good questions from him. Is this a competitive game? Is it something for casual players or in between?
We're trying to make it so that it caters to both.
Yeah.
The majority of players who play any game are more casual than the core guys who keep coming back at it again and again.
And that's any game out there.
What's that?
That's every game.
That's every game.
Sports, chess, whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
and
always true of
every sport as well. So I think that the key is to find ways that more casual people can play it and then find ways where competitive people can play it. And every successful game has done exactly that. There's no such thing really as a successful game that has just done one or the other. Because what you really want to do is you want to grab casual people who already are inclined to love it, give them the things they need to grow and get more and more involved, and then suddenly they become hardcore after a while. And that's how you grow your community as well. So, yeah, that.
Love everybody.
We love everyone.
And we don't love everybody. I mean, again, if you come in and there's a bunch of different sort of fail states for people who come in and don't buy into the game. One is, well, there's no realistic military weaponry because who would have a rocket buy?
I can't go prone in this game.
Yes. And then the second one is we're not. When I say casual, I don't mean like. If you love Bejeweled Blitz, you're gonna love Loadout. Like that's not casual. The market we're going at either. So it's people who like shooters, people who buy into this. That's what I mean by casual. And there's a lot of people like that.
Yeah, we're not gonna get that coveted Candy Crush demographic.
We're not shooting for
15.
You know who plays Candy Crush?
Everybody.
Christy.
Secretly.
Everybody plays.
I do not play Candy Crush.
I don't.
I have never played Candy Crush. Christy tried to ask me. She was like,
because you can live
I can't
vicariously
beat this
through her.
level. Can you please help me with it? And I said, I'm not playing Candy Crush.
You're a professional at this,
She's
right?
better than me at
You
the
invited
game.
me
You
on
should have done
Facebook.
it, and you should have streamed it and been like, "Hey, everybody, Arctic
Check
I would watch that live.
Check it out, Candy Crush.
I'm going to show you how to min-max the shit out of this."
And then you put some dubstep in the background.
The little picture-in-picture shot of you, like,
Oh, I crushed it!
I'm so great. Oh, look at that candy. Suck that candy.
Crushed you, candy.
It sells itself.
Yeah.
Premium subscription. Think about it.
It's verbal abuse. Can't stand it. It's extremely hard to tell with the weapon balance because some weapons and equipment completely annihilate vets, even in the hands. What? Is it extremely hard? Is it extremely hard to tell weapon balance?
It's tricky.
It's tricky.
I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of conflicting opinions. There's a lot of data to pull from. Some of it, at the current moment, in some areas, because there's such a large variety of potential weapons, and because there's not a whole lot of people in right now, it's we suffer some from small sample sizes. And it's hard to draw a meaningful conclusion if some super pro guy, just completely wrecks with bolt action spooling, Gatling launcher.
Right.
There's some weird combination out there that under most circumstances everyone would do terrible with, and we could have just some superstar and it throws off all.
Sure.
So
but we got ways to sort of.
And we try and
for sure.
eliminate that as much as possible, but there are probably real samples out there that we're not really able to capitalize on just because we just don't have enough people to like draw a meaningful conclusion about sometimes.
Okay, off the top of your head, how many weapons have been created in the game?
Unique ones?
Yeah.
Oh,
I ran that number once a
Yeah,
while
we can
ago.
actually check that.
ridiculous.
I just pulled the arsenal from a couple days ago.
Millions,
This isn't
right?
unique weapons, but in terms of weapons in people's arsenals, it was like hundreds of thousands. And then unique ones was, this is, I want to say the last time I did this,
It broke everything?
the most repeats any given weapon had was like, I think the most popular one, which is probably like bolt action sniper, was like 2% guns. It wasn't exactly like, it wasn't like 50% or anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was like a very small fraction still. Like,
No, there's a big variety of weapons that are being built, played with, and used effectively.
Yeah.
It's hard to sort through some of the forum and in-person feedback because there's a lot of weapons that have this weird magical property where in the hands of somebody else they're OP and then in my hands they suck. Like, I don't understand. There's a lot of players who are like, yeah, they were using this weapon and it totally sucks because they're blowing me up, and by the way, it sucks. Like, what?
Yeah, we get
Right.
both sides of the same.
Shut up.
This weapon is both OP and underpowered.
Every game has their Voldo or their
Like, if there is a weapon that is OP, then fucking build it and school people with it, and you know what? It's going to show up on our stats, and we're going to be like, oh crap, this is OP. But right now, there's no weapon like that. There's weapons that are under effective, and we would like to bring them up, but there's currently at least, there's no obvious weapons that are like, oh, this weapon just, like, any noob can kill a whole bunch of people with it. This sucks. Except for the hammer.
It is fun seeing how many people name their weapons the same and like what the top,
Yeah.
like,
Names.
7,000 people name their guns suck it, bitch. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I posted a couple of stats about that in my dev diary the other day. There's some fun ones in there. There's like 2,000 that are just called sniper. That's
Really?
it, just sniper.
I think I had.
It's kind of
No, I
like,
didn't have one.
good job, guys. That's
My favorite
Descriptive.
is Taste the Rainbow, bitch.
Taste the rainbow.
I used to name mine after Simpsons characters. So I had like a Flamin' Mo.
Bart.
Barney special.
Let me see. I feel like the game is incomplete without some background knowledge on where everyone is from. So basically, I think they're asking, this is Sinan again, will there be some
Story.
lore?
Like backstory and lore.
fan fiction.
Where's this sexy man from?
Space.
We can't tell you because we're gonna put out a novelization.
Yeah.
We got movie rights, so I can't talk about it. That's right.
We can.
That's totally it. Didn't just make that up just now.
Mark, come on. You're a creative guy.
At some point, we'll decide it's important to have lore for the play the game, man. It's like it's about shooting people and making cool weapons.
Yeah.
Dressing like 80s action heroes.
What about adding in an event system of sorts, like let's say for example, the pumpkin picture contest? Oh, okay. So this would be kind of neat. I've been pushing for that, Sinan.
For like challenges.
Challenges and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and like have the end game, find a pumpkin,
Sure.
post a picture, stuff like that.
Yeah, sure.
That'd be cool.
I think challenges are still on the table, sort of intermediate to long term. There's definitely a lot of room there to do in
Cool
general game challenges first. Because just having things like get some number of headshots, good job, here's a badge,
Right.
things like that. Those are always kind of fun to strive towards. And then there's also like room to do seasonal ones and things like that. Find all the pumpkins, shoot all the pumpkins, maybe
Right.
things like that.
Uh,
But again, intermediate to long term.
Walter, are you opposed to having the Walter mask in the game?
Pay attention.
Oh,
We're not looking.
I don't know. What
It doesn't involve you.
Okay. Am I opposed? I haven't signed the waiver yet.
You haven't signed the
No, I
waiver?
forgot to. I got. I don't know. That's kind of weird.
I still think we'll get sued.
Yeah, you guys know how I feel.
Yeah,
You get sued by someone?
No, if we
By Daniel Craig.
yeah, Daniel Craig. Especially if you're in a tuxedo.
yeah. I should do that. Maybe. I have mixed feelings. I'll put it that way.
How would your wife feel about having your face on a character and the dude is running around naked teabagging people? And that popping up on the internet?
I'd be like, yep, that's Walter.
Yeah, I do that.
How's your wife like that?
She doesn't. Chris doesn't like that at all.
That's all right.
She just kind of looked at it and was like, "Does he have a white penis?" And I was like,
because the black one's not in.
Yeah, it's like T-Bone doesn't have one yet. It's like, oh, okay,
Wait, really?
doesn't have one yet.
Well, I mean,
It's
God,
not.
it's
I mean, he's got one. It's just not.
Fun fact.
We don't know whether or not, we haven't done the lore on that one yet. Maybe he has no penis.
There's a fun fact, which is the penis itself is like a piece of geometry that clips onto the character. Secret dev trick. So if you actually like, we have debug tools, and I can go turn it off, and it's just like smooth like a Ken doll down there if you turn it on.
Ew.
Blowing your mind.
yeah,
Ew.
that's what physics.
Physics.
Ew. These are from Klitz. That's his name. That
Okay.
is his name.
Okay.
How will party system work for people that don't have friends?
You have to have friends. That is a prerequisite of a party.
You'll be issued friends.
That's what the metaphor is all about. Try having a party in real life with no friends and see what happens.
Is there any way that people can automatically have me as their first friend? That way they can at least invite me.
What is this, MySpace?
You're gonna be
What the hell are you
Tom?
talking about, dude?
I'm Tom.
You're Tom.
Arctic Zuckerberg. What's up, brother?
Well, Greg's
to more,
always on.
to more seriously answer the question, you need friends if you wanted to join a party or be invited to a party. However, we're trying to make it easy to go and gather more friends.
Yeah, so once you played somebody, if they seemed like they were cool and not being a jerk to you, or maybe you guys were being jerks in exactly the same way and you like each other, then you can friend up, and then from that point on,
You
Yeah,
jerk
there's-
off each other.
there should be hooks in the lobby so you can right-click and say, oh, add this guy.
this guy was cool.
One of the things I've been wanting to look into for a while is also having a friends list category, which is just recently played with or against.
Yeah.
But I haven't actually told anybody else about that, so it's premature.
Oh, yeah.
Are you gonna tell Bo?
Now you told
tell
everybody.
Tell Bo.
Bo is watching right. He's probably like, what?
No. Will you be able to get all skills, or do you have to make choices? And what's the highest level skill?
So there are not skills per se, which is part of why I want to kill that nomenclature for skill cactus, because it's not
Yeah,
skills,
there's no
it's
skills.
weapon parts. But no, eventually you can get them all. It's not a matter of like, oh, I have to pick this or that, and I'm stuck with it.
Yeah.
Um,
Because I mean, this is unlocking the parts that you use to do weapon crafting, so it's not like you're making a 60th level monk or something. This is
I had a level.
this is
60 monk,
what
by the way.
parts do you get? Shut up, man.
I did.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy.
I thought you were talking about
Oh.
Diablo 3.
Nice.
No, not in Diablo 3. I don't remember what I played in that.
Yeah, so it's not skills; it's you unlocking the parts so that you can use those in the weapon crafting. And we want everybody eventually to be able to make whatever weapons they want, so therefore unlock all the parts.
Yeah. Just not all at once.
Just not all at once.
You run into that, what I like to call the Diablo trainer effect, of like, the whole point of Diablo is to gather stuff
Right.
over time.
Right.
And if you take out that equation of over time, and you just give all the stuff to you all at once, you're like, neat! And like 10 minutes later,
Right.
you're like,
Yeah.
I'm bored!
Yeah. Yeah.
And-
Yeah, I got everything.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I
So
got
this
everything.
is from way back in the log, but Barded asks if we're talking about spectator mode at all.
We are talking
Yeah.
about it. Talking.
Yep.
About it, yeah.
There you go.
Just gonna leave it.
There's-
It's a topic we have.
There is a. I've told people before. There's a unfinished version of spectator mode that we have not made any progress on because it's not a.
Oh, yeah.
As
It's not a
Mark
top
put
level
it, it is
feature.
not a top level
Yeah.
feature as of right now.
There's the recording stuff that we put in so we could make trailers and stuff. That's about as detailed as we can with it. Right?
With the
Well, that's
UFO,
separate- that's the UFO.
That's UFO
That's
stuff.
not
That's
even-
completely separate.
Yeah.
But the spectator, no, Mike Panoff had it, and we were testing it sometime last year, and that was the last time I remember, and it was crashing stuff. So
Hacked in the future. Weird.
yeah, there you guys go. It crashes the game as of right now. To Walter, this is from Baird. With the movement that has changed now in the last couple of patches, maybe you can try and test the shotgun thoroughly once again.
Suggesting
What's wrong with the theater? With the theater? With the shotgun? Why the hell did I say
What's
theater?
wrong with the theater?
That's no.
What the fuck? What's wrong with my brain?
all
What's
you-
wrong with the
were you thinking
shotgun?
about foul
Is he
play?
saying it's too strong or not strong
I
enough?
think he's saying it's not strong
He's
enough.
saying it's not strong enough.
It's possible it could use a, we'll look at it. I mean, we'll take a look at.
Tell the truth.
It's
Well,
reasonably powerful, but yeah, it's not as dominant as it once was. But there's also like we fixed some of the latency issues that it had.
And there's backwards jumping
and there's backwards
now.
jumping, so you're not just like
Oh,
yeah,
no time to react.
you're not rabbit ferreted, which is one of our guys' aliases that he had a tactic of just like I'm just gonna jump at you in shotgun and jump at you at shotgun. It's a very appropriate name. It's rabbit ferret. He would just be like, "Get off of me! Stop!" And you couldn't stop that. So now he can actually combat that reasonably well.
To everyone sitting there, are you considering to grow a beard?
Oh, jeez, whoa.
I just
Hey,
shaved.
You did.
I just shaved.
You look baby smooth.
Yeah.
Baby face
Yeah, a
smooth.
little bit.
Although November, no shave.
No shave November.
I'm not going to be participating in that.
For some kind of cause or other.
I will shave every day in November.
What?
Because I hate causes and
All
nonsense
shave
like that.
November.
What if it was a?
So I'm just going to do the
What
opposite.
if it was a cause to give you more money?
No.
Wouldn't even do it
What?
to donate
Yeah,
beards to
What if it was a cause
survivors who need
that
beards?
would make your League of
More beards.
Legends level go higher?
No. I don't want artificial increase in my League of Legends level.
That's paying to
He's a
win.
purist.
Yeah. What am I? Some sort of pay to win, baby? No.
Yeah.
There's something that you want.
He was not born in the 90s.
Come on.
Just the minute the media try to give it to me, I don't want it anymore.
You want to earn it?
That's good. You're immortalized. That quote's going down. I hate causes. Dash mark now. Make sure that's in the notes.
Beta, yeah.
Mark hates causes.
He hates causes.
You ever seen Joe Dirt?
And beards, apparently.
Dusky Potatoes would like to know, are there plans to include anything other than weapon parts and equipment in the progression system? Question.
That's it for now.
Like passive buffs, that's it.
There's room to expand on that maybe later, but right now the plan is weapon parts and
Yeah,
equipment.
right now the system is that. We're going to try to make that system work, and then once that system's working, we can talk about what else would be cool to add to it.
Badges!
I want a perk where you're constantly on fire.
Badges.
We don't need no stinking bed. No,
Badges are going
we do.
everywhere.
Badges.
I've suggested badges go
Avatars.
everywhere.
Avatars.
I think we need
Avatars.
avatars.
No, I mean badges.
Avatars.
Avatar.
What do you mean by badge?
Hey, you know what's better than badges?
I have an EO.
You know what's better than badges? Avatars.
Space bucks.
I have an EOR badge.
You do.
Yeah.
That is a badge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
correct.
yeah.
That's a badge. It's a badge.
So
of
why
pride.
can't I say badge?
You can say that.
That is a badge. We're just making sure you're not conflating badges with avatars.
No, I'm not.
All right, good.
Wow. Anyway,
Good work.
Put badges on the tech tree.
things to customize your display on your.
You want to have like a badge you earn for like I've completely destroyed this text.
See, I kind of don't. Here's the problem: is I kind of don't want to put something on there where it's like, ooh, I'm going to spend all my blutes on this, and now I get something that doesn't actually let me make anything cooler in the game.
It makes me cooler.
No, I mean cosmetics are not to be
Why
undervalued.
can't I be cool, Mark?
The cosmetics should work in a different way, though. The
Yeah.
blutes are for me unlocking stuff that makes me more useful in the game through weapon crafting, through equipment.
Mark
Yeah.
doesn't want me to be cool.
Yeah, but it is possible there are things tied to levels, tied to challenges.
Yeah,
down the
exactly.
line.
Then we'll give you more stuff that way.
But then I don't know. Did you want to talk about avatars? Is that a good segment?
Yeah, avatars.
Avatar.
Ugh, sorry, I was reading.
Not the movie.
Yeah,
It's a great movie.
But
Wait,
the
no,
the TV
Airbender
show.
worst movie.
The
TV show's great.
TV show is really good.
No shame.
Yeah, it's like for 9-year-olds. It is the
You want
best.
to talk
The
about
best.
The best.
Do you want to talk about Avatar?
I don't want to talk about it too much because I'm still sort of
In the mental.
planning it and trying. I have to get it pitched.
There'll be little pictures and they appear everywhere and you can control what it is.
Yeah, and I'm
Boom.
play whatever. Play StarCraft.
They're all blue.
Yeah, there you go.
Like I so if you actually been paying much attention, you'll notice that there's actually like these sort of placeholder silhouette avatars in the friends list, and I posted a mock-up from the lobby which has them in there now too. Yeah, that's my vision for those things. Wherever you will see someone socially, you'll also have an avatar attached to them, so they're not just a block of text.
Should people be looking out in your dev diary for some updates on
Yeah,
that?
I'm keeping that updated.
Some sneak peeks on
It's been a
avatars.
little sparse the past few days, but I'm trying to keep it updated.
I think Mark should make a dev diary.
Yeah.
I think the chat would probably agree.
Hmm.
Dev diary for Mark.
If you want 6 dev diary entries over the next year and a half, then yeah, I'll do that.
That sounds awesome.
That's fine. That's
3 of them will come in the first month, and then the other 3 will be spread. That's the way every dev diary in the history of man has worked. Right?
Except for
Carmack.
Except for Carmack. Yeah, Carmack's plan is he.
Carmack, once you start him talking, he will not shut up.
That's true.
He will. He's a cool guy.
He's cool.
But yeah, he's
Very
like
enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Sort of infectious.
This is specifically about a weapon. The
Well, I guess
Hexabearer
Dwarf
Tesla
Fortress.
launcher comes to mind.
You mean
It
Rick-
kills too easily.
Rick John's weapon.
What does Walter think about that launcher?
I'm inclined to agree, but again, I always like to go back to the data before you make any drastic calls or whatever. But
Okay. That is the one that Greg is
It was
using.
Greg's using. And I feel like it's
Scumbag Greg.
so there's a little bit of a bug there still with the laser sight. I know kind of what the cause is. The fix is complicated and potentially introduces more balance problems. So that's part of why I've held up doing anything about it. But it's just like the nerf that the laser guidance provides to a gun when you put it on, like the damage reduction doesn't scale as well as it should based on the different barrels. Getting that to work right has just been more of a headache than I would like. It's been like, it's risked breaking a whole bunch of other things just to fix this one kind of edge case. So it's not so offensive that it's like, well, this has to get fixed. But I would like to do something about it at some point.
Okay.
I just want to share this quote from Bigness. If Greg John can get kills with it, it must be OP.
Yeah. He does kind of zero in on
He is pretty good with it now.
on the cheap stuff.
Yeah.
He's a fan.
I put my turret on top of this rock. That's basically.
Remember when full health packs were like the thing?
Oh god.
God.
We just run
That's
around.
all he would do.
He would just
Drop it right in front of your feet.
Ace Gamer would like a preview of the tech tree and new progression. When are we going to show off the tech tree? You guys think?
we had a little preview.
Did we?
Yeah.
in your demo.
I mean, you did one on
A
your
little
dev diary.
animated GIF.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, the hidden cam. I forgot about that. Yeah, I
What
can.
is Kindle doing in that? Like,
All right,
it
here's
looks
a
like he's
preview.
taking-
Yeah.
Imagine that
taking
this
the-
is a tech, and then there's a little line, and then another tech here.
Yeah,
It's like that.
it's like
Like a bracket,
yeah.
like the NCAA March
Yeah,
Madness
except
bracket.
backwards.
Yeah. It grows.
Oh,
I think we'll be able to probably show it on a live stream pretty soon.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's getting along pretty good.
Ace Gamer. I bet he's pretty happy about
Probably.
the
Yeah.
change.
Yeah.
His,
Progression.
So now you can earn bloops.
Although I think he's going to be upset because he's not going to be able to get any cosmetics.
you'll get some cosmetics.
We'll get some.
There's cosmetics.
There will be
There's
some.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
There'll still be
it'd
some
fine
at
then.
levels, and we'll still have the first bit of the day.
Plus, if
the
he's
thing.
actually gotten any cosmetics through however long he's been playing, we're not taking them away from him.
Right.
So if you've got cosmetics, you keep them.
With the new
What?
progression,
Nothing.
Rocket.
What?
That's someone's making fun of your gesture. Beta Angel tech tree is like fisting confirmed. that's fist network. That's technically that's the donut in the French room.
With the new progression system, tech tree, will we be able to see chassis exclusive parts? For example, like a trigger
Yes.
available to rifles.
Yeah.
That is.
I mean, we already have some of those.
Yeah.
And we'll be building on that.
He
And it
asked
actually
him,
will help, sort of jumping in there, it'll help with a lot of the,
why doesn't this?
some of the
work
edge
with this
cases of
thing?
like why these things work for pulse
Yeah.
but not for launch, or
Right.
for rifle.
Yeah.
Like there's a few right now that they share the same tuning values, so it makes it really hard to tune one without breaking the other. So those will actually be more clearly separated now, which will actually make it better to then say, okay, this belongs with pulse, and this is how we do it for pulse, and here's how we do it for.
Right.
Should make a more clean divide there. That's my own personal excitement. Oh boy, the numbers will be nice.
Yay, tuning!
Yay, numbers!
Zechi wants an awesome live stream
No.
with everyone at EOR, like a super special launch day live stream. I could probably set that up.
All you hear is
You
That
just
would
want to
be-
see pissed off people yelling at each other.
Yeah, that would.
Awesome.
We need to
people
record-
love that.
if it's launch
Have
day.
you watched
we're
reality
happy.
TV lately?
You just put the camera in my office and just see me being angry all the time.
Can
That's
we record the next planning meeting and just put
No.
No. No, we can't.
We can put a live stream on my inbox so you can just watch it. What is this? We broke this. What happened?
Maybe Zechi. I'll see if I can organize
That's a
something like
lie.
that.
Why are you lying to your
I can.
community?
Do you see what I just did with this?
This is special. That's right here.
He worked magic here.
I wish
the
they could see
shirt
that
you
camera.
tucked up there with the entry. By the way, that is not ghetto.
Not at all.
By the way, I designed the shirt. Just wanted to.
True.
No one even knew
Pin
that
my
was your
shirt
shirt.
design
They
services.
just saw it. They were like, "Ooh, that's perfect."
I will not design anybody's shirt. It's a
So,
sweet ass Xbox.
Awesome, dude.
Should probably answer more questions.
Yeah, with the
Oh,
Xbox.
Yeah,
okay.
okay.
Okay. Let me go back to the questions.
Anything in the Twitch stream?
No,
Nope, they're just talking shit.
they're. Yeah. Oh, wait. Here's a question. With the new matchmaking the party system, will a team of 4 be able to search for an enemy team of other 4 people?
Yes.
Correct.
Mark John. Will the tech tree be called? No, it's not going to be called the skill cactus.
No.
Okay.
It's not skills. We hate the word skills.
Nor is it
because
a
it's not
cactus.
skills.
Saracast feels like it sounds better.
I was
has
saying-
more personality and fits Loadout better.
All right, cool.
we were trying to get the metaphor right. We were saying it's actually more like a gun park garden because it's lots of little trees.
Can we call it the Gun Park Garden?
Yes. Okay. That's the official name now.
Gun Park Garden.
Yes.
Garden.
Can we expect the ability to customize death messages?
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
That goes.
some
That's
point.
gonna
But
go along.
at some point, that's
Yeah.
Okay.
Counter-Strike apparently.
When you give them that to him,
monetizes that
Josh.
shit.
I was
We should
actually going to be
do that.
looking at it as part of the
Should
Avatar.
monetize kill feeds. Do they have it so that you could say,
Theirs is $2
"Fuck
every
you,
time.
bitch, you just died"?
I think maybe it's just the names. I think it might be just the names.
Oh.
There's like $2 every time you want to do that.
Oh, really?
Stingy bastards! And you pay to play the game. Just saying. I mean, you see little dollar signs.
Damn dollar
See little dollar signs
bills!
forming in Mark's eyes right now.
Dollar bills,
Really?
y'all. Hey, can someone make a picture for me of Mark with dollar bills in his eyes? Can I have that, please?
Or
Someone,
like,
anyone?
superimposed on a Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah, anyone that is watching right now, can you make me a picture of dollar bill signs in Mark's eyes? Thank you, guys. All right, that happened.
Here right now. We're doing it.
Another low priority, but how about brighter, more red alternative main menu featuring Fissure Day? Not a fan of blue.
That
Yeah.
is difficult. The original idea behind the main menu is that occasionally we'd swap out that background with the, oh, here's a cool new level, we're going to launch something, but that thing took so long to make, and it takes like the 3D artists time to go make that thing, and I don't know.
Maybe eventually.
Maybe eventually. There'll be a point when the artists are tired of looking at that too, and they'll be like, let's spruce this shit up.
Yeah. Walter, are shock absorbing and damage stocks ever gonna lose their reload speed penalty? That's pretty much what's ruining it.
Oh.
Dang.
Wow.
Question followed by slap.
Slap.
Dang.
Are you ever going to fix your broken
When are you
stuff?
gonna make your shit good? Fix your shit,
When are you
Walter.
gonna make it not suck? I can take a look.
Dear Walter, fix your shit. Love everyone.
Staircast also has questions about clusters. Clusters are a difficult thing to.
Yeah. They like conceptually are like, yeah, clusters, that would work, right? And put a lot of effort into trying to make those useful in this game, and it's difficult. Just because our dudes move so fast, they rebound all over the place. Like, I mean, I'd like to still make them useful.
Maybe they could be heat-seeking clusters.
Yeah, one of the
Target locking.
We do have
Yeah.
one of the early designs I had for it would have it go like down, like it would sort of, instead of going and keeping its inertia, it would go like and rain down straight.
Yeah.
But that could be a different dispersal. You know, you could argue that's a different type altogether. So, I don't know. It's still on the. Yes, it probably needs a little bit of love. I mean, better, still not perfect.
He did say that they're better now. They seem to be better than before.
Yeah.
So he did pat you on the back. Give me my salvo sprinting back.
Nope. Next.
Okay. Are you ever gonna change your avatar and sig to match the current form colors?
I did that. I actually used that as a quote in my signature.
Oh, okay.
So, I made it of Chris Eccleston from Doctor Who. Who's the other guy that people say I look like?
Okay. These are from GST. John, what do you think about adding some menu options to remove certain UI elements of the game? Kill streak notifications.
I think that's actually fine, and that's even within scope. If it's a simple matter of I don't want to see these things or that thing, it's actually not too difficult. It's more a question of what's a good way of giving you the ability to turn off individual widgets. There's like 50 widgets that make up the UI. There is something that I wanted to investigate, something that's the ability to actually scale the HUD to set like, draw the HUD at like 50% or 60%. I said investigate because that might actually be shit tons of work. But when you play the game at like 720p in a window, the UI scales pretty good. But when you play it at like 1080p full screen, it starts to get pretty big. So there's some stuff I'd like to investigate more in terms of the UI customization and what's actually going to be within our budget and within our means, because we don't have like 500 people working on the UI. But I would really like to have stuff like that in there.
Okay. Walter, when will rifles aim accuracy finally get nerfed?
Is that GST?
How do you nerf aim accuracy for someone that's arguably, I think, based off of the... Can I talk about the skill skill-based matchmaking. Can I talk about it a little bit?
You should just make it so that only a certain
Can I
number
just
of
say
clicks
what
actually
I
register.
Okay, I won't say it. At Mark's face,
What were you gonna say?
just about how
A
he's
GST owns all.
yeah, he's
Galaxies.
like at the top of the
There's a-
skill.
He's breaking our matchmaking.
He's
Well,
the
because
number
he's
one
so
player
good.
in the game,
But also because of a
based on skill.
also because of a bug. There was that too.
Oh yeah, that's true.
There was a bug that artificially put him way higher than everyone really fast. So
That was Flutie.
that was him too.
Oh, him too.
Yeah. So when he was getting those 15-minute waits, he really
What does he want? He wants the reticle to be a lot bigger. Like he just wants random
he
shooting.
wants it less accurate,
I
or the
don't
bullets
know.
to be smaller.
Less
But basically,
accurate.
just because he has aimbot like tracking.
He does not have an aimbot.
He doesn't have an
Aimbot
aimbot.
like tracking.
Aimbot like.
Yeah.
There we go.
Just
There's
want
the
to
money.
clarify that people.
There's the money.
There you go.
Yes.
Post 2 forums, please.
Yep.
New avatar found.
Yeah, it's
Thank you, police forcer.
kind of hard, and we were just playing in House Party. You know, we were just talking about this a little bit ago, and how like the sustained fire just doesn't hold up as well because of all the damage modifiers and health and things like that. And so it's hard to say that it's necessarily assault rifles are inherently too accurate or too good or whatever, because
Right.
there's a wide range of skill there.
If all the players would just be exactly the same skill, it'd be a lot easier for us to
Yeah.
tune the weapons.
Yeah, so get on
So
that.
if you guys could get on that, like that's the number one thing everybody could do is everybody get on the same level, and then we're
Get
good.
on GST.
Get on GST's level, exactly.
Just have a minimum 5 beers before launching the executable.
or GST could drink a whole bunch before he
Yeah.
plays and get
GST.
down to everybody
Help
else.
yourself.
That's
I don't know if he's of age.
Oh, never mind.
Oh.
Don't drink GST. Good God.
Don't do that.
Because we don't encourage that.
If you're 21 or whatever the age is in your jurisdiction, then drink. Otherwise, don't. And don't blame me.
definitely don't huff glue.
Definitely don't do that.
What?
Oh, okay.
It definitely won't.
How do you plan to fix the pulse chassis? He says, "What do you
yeah,
think about
well-
removing random bullet spread?"
I want to hear this.
Well, we kind of talked about this a little bit, where we're going to try things like... we're going to try a couple things. One of them just to experiment with, at least internally. One of them is have there be like a little bit of AoE, small, not like a rocket, but just like you hit and it's like a small, like, yeah. Just to make it a little bit more generous on misses and stuff like that. We could still, increase the hitbox a little bit for them. Increase the damage for them. There's some numeric things we can do to them, but like that was sort of one of the ones I'm going to try. But,
One of the ways to give it its own kind of personality.
yeah.
Do you think that pulse would be the next thing that you like? I think you've talked about it a couple times. Is that the next thing you're going to be like honed in on for weapons? Probably.
Probably
When you get around to it.
When I get to that.
Do you plan to make charge trigger viable again? Reduce the charging timer. As of now, there's absolutely 0 point to use weak charge trigger versus semi-auto.
If he means an uncharged charge trigger, then yeah, it's not as good as semi-auto, but you can also charge it.
Charge it,
so
right?
it's not significantly worse than semi-autos. It's possible we could shorten the timer a little bit, but it is like I feel like it's reasonably viable.
Won't that cause it to heat up at the same rate? Well, faster rate?
It might. We might have to play around with that stuff.
Everything affects everything. Yes.
Yeah. So I was thinking about that, like, I don't know if I'd like that. Mark,
Yeah.
what do you think about adding rocket jumping?
Well, knockback in general.
Yeah, I think knockback.
So
mechanics.
knockback is got some problems with it. Every time we've brought up anything like concussive or air blown or anything that would take another player, even yourself, and knock you, there's some problems with that. Eventually, and it's going to be another category of, because it's not easy to do, we're not getting big bang for buck off of creating parts that play with it. So at some point we'll decide to address it, but that's later on down the road.
Does melee have knockback?
Kind of. I mean, it does, but it's. We don't have.
It's not like you go launching across the level.
Right.
So our engine, our player base and stuff is not really like physics
Physics-based.
based like something like Half-Life does, which like it's built into like the core of the engine. It's like everything has physics on it. So like adding in physics to everything is what we'd have to look at to enable something like knockback, which is why it starts getting really scary. We're just like, whoa. Like, we have to kind of rip out previous stuff and add physics into all of this. And how's that going to play with the animations? How's that going to play with the deaths? All the existing explosions and objects and things like that.
Probably affects like security and stuff too.
Yeah.
Like where the player is. And
Yeah, and it makes the network traffic more complicated.
Yeah.
There's a lot to it.
No.
Which I mean, don't get me wrong, I would love.
Yeah.
That's something I really like in games, like that use the source engine, for example.
Go play Gary's mod.
Or Tribes.
wait for Loadout 2.
That's messed up.
What? What?
We want to bring them in.
Oh, sorry. I mean,
This is
yes.
about
Great
bringing
idea. We'll
people
do
in.
that later.
I mean, realistically, there's some things we're just not going to ever be able to do, probably. Just based on.
Am I ever allowed to talk to the community again?
Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
okay.
Nope.
There it
Nope.
is.
I think
You know,
I'm gonna give
money.
Sean all your keys too. You know
What?
Yep.
I can't even give out keys anymore?
That's why people.
No
love
one will
you.
love me anymore. No one will love
That's why
me.
people love you. How do you see the future of House Party / Jackhammer game type in terms of roles and metagame? Do you plan to support the role of the capper, rocket jumping, some speed gaining mechanics, or no. And open the possibility of doing speed hammer capping routes?
Well, so what we've already kind of run into is that I feel like the tank ends up kind of being the de facto flag capture
Well, and
class.
depending upon how you do it, too, because, I mean, if you're going to take rocket boots and you're more agile, when you ask me questions about the meta, I know how we play it here in the whole, 24 games we've played.
Right.
I'm really more interested to see what the community winds up with doing it, because
Yeah.
we've got some guesses, but I want to see what starts shaking out as people are playing it and being serious and trying to win, because you're going to find some way to break it, and then we're going to have to figure out how to make it work again.
Yep.
So the one thing I think we can talk about, though, is speed gain. So the game is already super fast,
Yes.
and making it faster causes lots and lots of problems. So if we wanted to have a role that you're going faster than the others, the only way to do that would be to slow the whole game down and then make the one guy who goes fast go as fast as you're going now. I don't think people want that. So this notion of going faster is just not going to happen.
Okay. What do you think about adding more possible graphics tweaks? The possibility to reduce graphics even more, blur texture around even more.
It's probably for more competitive stuff, I assume.
I don't like graphics.
Oh, is that the one where you showed the screenshot of all matte colored blank room? There's somewhere on that thread. It's
Is it?
it's like a Quake screenshot with all the graphics turned off.
I don't know. I don't know what the plans are for that. Was that a Rob question
Kind of.
specifically?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that we'll continue to add graphics tweaks and stuff. I don't know about being able to turn off all the graphics. I don't know if that's a thing that, where you just boil it down to
That's
that.
right, text mode coming soon.
Yeah.
Just type in your actual console commands. Shoot sniper at Arctic's head. Done.
Go north.
So there's a couple
Go
more.
north. Shoot Arctic in heads.
There's a couple more
Use
questions
hammer.
since I
Use
refreshed
hammer.
this page.
I don't know how to do that.
You're killed by Groot.
And it's 4. So you guys want to do like a mad minute?
Mad minute.
Yeah.
Mad Minute.
Bye.
Yeah. Go.
All right, mad
Go,
minute,
go.
and we're gonna shift to the chat.
You're already wasting time.
Mad minute in the chat. If you're asking questions, shoot them now. Go. Mad minute.
Minus the 10 seconds. it
Minus the
takes.
10 seconds that took.
Yeah.
For
Well,
everyone
I mean,
here.
I play without a monitor. Good call. Cool, because the time it takes for the signal to get to your eyes and back that increases your lag.
Yeah.
The Europeans get country flags next to our player names in the lobby at some point.
At some point, maybe.
Maybe.
If you guys didn't fight so many wars about nations, would be
Yeah.
more willing to do that sort of thing.
But you
for
should be kind of in your own region.
What
at
kind
that
of
point.
hard liquor is consumed? Sadly, no liquor is consumed here.
Not officially.
Well,
I made my plans fray, and that's not a question. That's not a question. Are there any plans to be able to customize grenades? Yes, but that's going to have to come after launch.
India, yes.
How's the transition of the new progression going down as in the reset?
India.
Yes.
I actually believe the new progression system work is very, very close to being done. Most of the work being done on it right now
Venus,
is...
get a picture link.
This was Mad Minute, I forgot. It's almost done!
Venus, get a picture link.
Hang on, I'm clicking this link.
Thoughts on that? What about it?
So I see some sweet founder tags. That's all I see.
You mean on how Bigness
these-
has a higher score
These
than
crazy
than,
stats.
than Walrus?
I don't understand.
Good job, Bigness.
I don't know what you want, Bigness.
Venus, whatever you want, we'll do.
Oh no.
Instead of a Polish hat, yes.
I'll do whatever you want,
Still
baby.
gonna get space swept from the wheel. Sometimes.
Yes, sometimes you will.
Can I get a Viking helmet?
What do you guys think about call vote timeout function? We've removed call vote.
Call
from the
vote
game.
needs to go.
We've already moved it.
It's
call
gone.
vote's gone. Can I get a Viking helmet? I mean, there's a Toys R Us nearby, probably.
Yeah.
Polish and America hat. They're the same hat, just America's got a little more blue.
America. Healing buff. Yes, we have it. More heals. Yes. Okay. Bigness. Whatever you want, we'll do. Mark now. That's right. Someone said that.
All right, we're out. This question.
There's no more questions.
no more
Permanently
questions.
gone? Yes. Goodbye.
All right. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Thank you guys for doing this. If you guys want to see something similar like this again
Why
in the
would you do
future,
that? Why?
I'll get like Rob,
Oh
Mike,
God. Oh God.
Scott.
No. Yes.
Yes,
Wait.
do
Yeah.
that,
do
please.
it. No.
Do it.
Get Bo. Get Eric.
Jake.
Get our
Rob.
concept artist.
Jake.
Get-
Rob. Jake won't do it.
Probably not.
Jake would not do it.
He probably.
Jake's too cool for this room.
All right, but anyhow,
Jake, Rob.
don't you ever include me? No.
Beta says never do
No.
this again. The man's got to take notes and do your
There it
job.
is.
He's got to do
Beta
your job
says
for
no.
you. So
Whatever you want, Beta, we will do.
why aren't there potatoes and loadout coming soon? Aw, damn.